Golden Festival is a massive party and celebration of East European music, dance, and culture. It's a giant volunteer organized and led party. It is a real focal point of the North American Balkan music and folk dance scene.
I started playing the trumpet in the 7th grade. When I finished high school, I put the trumpet in the closet, and 20 years later, there was a Balkan camp. And there would be someone teaching brass band music from the Balkans. Playing in the brass band at camp was more fun than I'd ever had playing any kind of music before. We all decided we wanted to keep it going. We needed to have a gig. At the time, I organized the folk dance. And so every 4 weeks, it was my turn to organize the dance. And I called everybody, and I said, we have a gig in 2 weeks. We needed to come up with a name for our band, and we decided upon the name Zlatne Uste, the golden lips. We thought it meant golden lips, and in Serbian, it's not quite golden lips, more like golden mouth, but that was our name. And so we decided, okay, there's a few other people in the city who play Balkan music, and we decided we'd get in touch with them and see if they would join us for a little festival.
The Balkans are in southeastern Europe. It's the Balkan Peninsula, which will include part of Turkey, Greece, Bulgaria, Serbia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Croatia, some Romanians. It's encompassing those countries. There is not much visibility of the Balkans in American culture. There's so many ethnic groups within those countries that they have very distinct music traditions. There's a tendency for people from the Balkans to blend in a lot more. For me, it's remarkable that people who grew up in New York and have never had any exposure to the Balkans but got exposed to Bulgarian music or Bulgarian dances have become holders of that culture and that treasure. They know the dances very well, they know the music very well, they organize this festival, they organize a Balkan camp upstate. They have done so much research and they're keeping so much of the culture alive in New York, unlike any of the Balkan people that I know. So for me, it's really a magical community. The band that organizes the event, they're called Zlatne Uste, which in Serbian means golden mouth. So since the band was called Golden Mouth, they could have called it Golden Fest or Mouth Fest. And Golden sounded like a better idea.
Thank you, Golden Festival. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Give up for Golden Festival 2019.
Grand Prospect Hall is a remarkable, huge, sprawling, bewildering place. It has sort of a Rococo feel in the ballroom, and then it's got these intimate little corners like the Chopin room or this old speakeasy. It's a real fascinating place that offers a lot of different energies and atmospheres.
In 2010, we moved to the Grand Prospect Hall. We tripled our attendance the first year in the Grand Prospect Hall, and it just keeps getting bigger every year. It felt like the first year when we went to the hall that the Golden Festival grew up. Before, we were in old, dingy church halls. We had to decorate the walls with ethnic rugs and costumes. The kitchen needed a day's cleaning in order to be useful. And now we're in the Grand Prospect Hall with gleaming brass rails and crystal chandeliers, an old opera hall with waiters going around in tuxedos serving drinks.
Grand Prospect Hall is incredibly unique. When you say grand, it really is grand. It has crystal chandeliers everywhere and really bad reproductions of very good paintings. So you go in there and you don't really know where you actually are, but it has a charm of its own.
Slavic Soul Party always plays in the grand ballroom of the Grand Prospect Hall, and it feels sort of like you've done a guerrilla takeover of an old European opera hall somehow. It's a wonderful place to come in and do the unexpected and the intense and powerful, and there's lots of room for people to dance. It's an old building, so generally we start to feel the floor sort of shaking while we're playing, and that's exciting. Another wonderful space to play is underneath that floor that's shaking, what they call the Chopin room downstairs. And when you're playing down there, it's a real exciting and bizarre, sort of chaotic feel of luxury.
The most interesting part of Golden Fest is the fact that everybody can dance, and it doesn't matter whether you know the dance or not. You can hold hands and be in the line and just imitate the steps as much as you can, and nobody ever judges you. It is a party to end all parties.